Every life tells a story. Join Frank Julian as he shares his one chapter at a time from Story of a Soul 2, releasing every Wednesday.
The Story of a Soul 2 by Frank Julian with Sean O'Neill, narrated by Frank Julian. Chapter 5, Chastened by the Lord. I was still not in a personal relationship with the Lord and had refused to surrender to Him. I still hadn't made Him the Lord of my life. He was very patient with me and drew me in. He also corrected me, using the law in certain circumstances. A friend of mine had come over to my house and had stolen a bike on the way over. He wanted to leave it at my house. I let him, and God wasn't too happy with me. I was president of the class, and to that point had gotten along with everybody. When the favor of God lifted off of me, I knew it fairly quickly. Among other incidents, a certain bully picked a fight with me, and I just didn't know how to handle it. Avoidance worked over a period of time, but I felt as though a sword was hanging over my head at all times. And all I knew is that I had to get rid of that bike. I tried to take it back to where it came from. I felt the Lord's favor again. I still didn't talk to that bully, however, until 20 years later. Years before, I had forgiven him in an inner healing prayer session. Then, a full 2 decades later, I encountered him at the beach. I was with Peggy and my 2 children, and I said to Peggy, "Look over there. There's the bully from high school I told you about." I jokingly said that I had Peggy and the kids there to stand in front of me, just in case, but I approached him. The reality was that Mike was very warm, and I found it strange. What happened next was even stranger. He asked for forgiveness for the bullying episode that happened so long ago. I couldn't believe he remembered it. He proceeded to tell me that he had liver cancer and was dying. I assured him of my forgiveness and prayed for him. The bike episode really did put the fear of God in me. I tried to be good, and God, in His mercy, continued to be patient with me. I tried to be pure, especially with the girls I dated. I think they felt safe with me, and I ended up dating quite a lot of girls. But God had Peggy preserved for me. He kept drawing me in and nurturing me along. He had a plan for my life, even though I didn't know it. He began to develop my ability to speak publicly. It would really serve me well in the future sermon preparations. I took a class called forensics. It was not the crime-solving variety of that term, but the interpretive reading kind. I was a natural at it. There are different categories. The one for me was storytelling. I reached into a pile of storybooks and pulled out the story of Ferdinand the Bull. I will later find out that I was Ferdinand.
Thank you for listening. Join Frank Julian every Wednesday for a new chapter of Story of a Soul 2. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter.